Hi and welcome to the Magic of Mathematics with Mrs. Arnold-Harsley. This is Algebra Part 7 where we'll be looking at substitution and evaluation. So we'll look at what substitution and evaluation actually means, how you substitute into an expression and how you evaluate to turn the expression into an equation. So what does the word substitute actually mean? Well, if you think about a basketball game, you've got your 5 players on the court, and then you've also got some players that sit on the sub bench. Sub means substitute. So when the coach replaces one player on the court with a player on the bench, that is substitution. It's the same in maths when you have an expression and the value of the pronumeral is given. You substitute the pronumeral with that value given. So I've just got an example here. I'll grab a pen. So the expression here is a add 6, and we're being told the value of a is 4. Therefore, we can substitute the value of a, which is 4, into that expression. So you've got a add 6, and now we're going to substitute the 4 in to make it 4 add 6. So what does it mean to evaluate? Well, if you think about the word evaluation, you can hear the word value in there, evaluate. So when you evaluate something, you find its value. It's also referred to as simplifying, solving, or finding the value of an expression. If you ask any of my students in the class and you say, what does evaluate mean? They'll tell you it means to work it out and find the answer. So here's an example. Grab another pen. It's the same example as I used for substitute on the previous slide. We've got a add 6 and the value of a is 4. So just to go through that again, you substitute the a with the 4 to get 4 add 6. But when you evaluate, sorry, that addition's not very good. When you evaluate, you take it one step further and you add them together to find the answer. So 4 add 6 is 10. So here are 2 examples where a equals 5 and b equals 3. The first expression is 2a add 3b. If you watch part 3 of algebra, my YouTube clip on multiplying algebraic terms, you will know that 2a, I've lost my pen, is the same as 2 multiplied by a, and 3b is the same as 3 multiplied by b. So there's a hidden multiplication sign in between a variable and its coefficient, which is the number that sits behind it or next to it. So the first thing that we will do is expand that expression. So we've got 2 multiplied by a, and you're going to add to that 3 multiplied by b. Now we're going to substitute the value of a, which is 5, and the value of b, which is 3, into that expression. So now we would have 2 multiplied by 5, and you're going to add to that 3 multiplied by 3. Now this is where you need to remember the rules of BIDMAS. Some schools call it BODMAS, some schools call it PEMDAS. Whatever it's called, it means the same thing. It is the order of operations, and you have to solve in that order, with brackets first, and then indices, index laws, powers of. Then division and multiplication are solved left to right, and addition and subtraction are solved left to right. So this is telling us that for this expression here, we've got multiplication and addition, but we have to do the multiplication before the addition. So I'm just going to pop brackets around it so that you can see it more clearly. So now we do the multiplication and evaluate that. So 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. And we're going to add to that 3 multiplied by 3, which is 9. And if you add those two together, that gives us 19. So 2a add 3b equals 19 when a equals 5 and b equals 3. And it's turned the expression 2a add 3b into an equation. So if we look at 20 subtract 2b, first of all we'll expand it out. So we've got 20 subtract 2 multiplied by b. Then we'll substitute the value of b, which we're being told is 3. So we've got 20 subtract 2 multiplied by 3. Now I'm going to look at the rules of BIDMAS, which tells me I've got to do the multiplication before the subtraction. So I'm going to put the brackets around there. 20 subtract 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. And then 20 subtract 6 is 14. So 20 subtract 2b is 14 when b equals 3. Just grab a pen again. Okay, here's another couple of examples. This time a equals 3 and b equals 8. We've got a squared add b squared, and we've got 3a squared subtract b. So we've got powers in these particular examples. So first of all we will expand. A squared, or our a to the power of 2, is a multiplied by a. And you're going to add to that b squared, which is b multiplied by b. Again, I'll pop the brackets in because we know we've got to do the multiplication before the addition. And we can substitute in. So we've got 3 multiplied by 3. And we're going to add to that 8 multiplied by 8, which will give us 9 add 64, which equals 73. So a squared add b squared is 73 when a equals 3 and b equals 8. So 3a squared b subtract b, we'll expand it first. So that's 3 multiplied by a squared, which is a multiplied by a. And we're going to subtract b from that. So if I put in the value of a, which is 3, it's 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, subtract 8, which is b. So we're just going to work left to right. 3 multiplied by 3 is 9, multiplied by 3, subtract 8, then 9 multiplied by 3 is 27, subtract 8, which is 19. So 3a squared, or 3a to the power of 2, subtract b is 19 when a equals 3 and b equals 8. So now I just want to do a couple of examples of substituting and evaluating with negative integers. Again, I'll grab a pen. Just a reminder of the rules. If you're multiplying two positive numbers together, the answer will be positive. If you're multiplying two negative numbers together, the answer will be positive. If you're multiplying a positive and a negative together, or a negative and a positive together, the answer will be negative. An easy way to remember it: if the signs are the same, the answer is positive. If the signs are different, the answer is negative. So we've got 2a add 3b, and we're being told a is negative 2 and b is negative 4. So the first thing I'll do is expand. So we've got 2 multiplied by a, add to that 3 multiplied by b. Substitute in 2 multiplied by negative 2, add 3 multiplied by negative 4. I'm just going to pop the brackets in to remind that you do the multiplication before you do the addition. So 2 multiplied by negative 2, well, 2 times 2 is 4. This 2 is a positive, this 2 is a negative. A positive and a negative is a negative, so that's negative 4. And then you add to that. 3 times 4 is 12. And you've got positive 3 and negative 4, which is this one again, giving you negative 12. Now this is where you need to remember the number line, because you're now adding positive and negative integers together, in this case 2 negative ones. So you say to yourself, I'm at negative 4 on the number line, and then I'm going to subtract another 12. Where am I on the number line? You're at negative 16. So 2a add 3b is negative 16 when a equals negative 2 and b equals negative 4. So now we've got a squared add b squared. We'll expand it first. So a squared is a multiplied by a. I'm going to add to that b squared, which is b multiplied by b. So we've got -2 here for a, so it's -2 multiplied by -2. And we're going to add to that b times b. b is -4, so that's -4 multiplied by -4. Again, I'm going to put the multiplication in brackets. So 2 times 2 is 4. This time we've got a negative and a negative, which is here, which means the answer is positive. We don't have to write the positive sign in there because just 4 on its own is telling us it is positive. And then we're going to add to that. 4 times 4 is 16. And again, 2 negatives make a positive. And 4 plus 16 is 20. So a squared add b squared is 20 when a equals -2 and b equals -4. So today we looked at what substitution and evaluation actually means. And then we looked at how to substitute into an algebraic expression and how to evaluate using both positive and negative integers, and how when we substitute into an expression, it turns the expression into an equation. Thank you for watching The Magic of Mathematics. Until next time, see ya.